Hello, I just wanted to tell you before the video started that this video basically, if it could go wrong, it did go wrong. The microphone that I'm holding throughout the video decided to destroy its memory card, so all of that audio is completely gone, which means I had to rely on effectively the microphone on this thing here that I'm holding in the video. You can hear what we're saying, but there is background noise, so I just wanted to let people know there's some background noise. There's nothing I can do about it. I've put it through everything I can think of to try and make it a bit better. It is perfectly understandable, and you know it's not too garbled or anything, but ultimately you might need to listen to this in a quieter place or with headphones. You might not. I'm not going to ditch an entire video that I've done in London about what I think is an important topic as well, just because of equipment malfunction. So yes, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. Please do comment, because I think this is something, especially if you live in a city, that is very important. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy. Hi guys, I'm EVM, welcome back to the channel, and I'm here in the Big Smoke, London, to talk to Afiz K about Rideables, basically personal electric transportation, things like e-scooters, basically, yeah, electric unicycles, that sort of thing.
And electric skateboards as well.
Electric skateboards, basically, if it's got wheels and electric motor. Now, at the current legal state, the legislation means they're completely banned, and that's
illegal.
They're illegal. Yeah. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what I want you to talk about in the comments, because there's an easy solution to this, and there's a reason why they exist. Right, I think the first place to start is the current legal standing of a personal electric transportation, which basically, as it stands, if anything has a motor, it's a motor vehicle. So electric unicycle, electric skateboard is legally right now classed as a motor vehicle, and therefore it needs insurance, it needs an MOT.
Well, yeah, it does.
Technically speaking.
Technically speaking, but it is a motor vehicle.
It's a motor vehicle. So ultimately, that is you cannot MOT an electric scooter or an electric skateboard or a unicycle, and as we'll come to in a second, you cannot insure them either. And you've got a really good story about that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
You got insurance from a company for your electric unicycle.
And then 2 weeks afterwards, they call us back and say, I'm sorry, we're going to have to revoke that insurance.
They cancelled it.
They cancelled it, essentially, because they said, I'm sorry, but this is actually illegal, and we cannot insure illegal vehicles.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Now, at the moment, Rideables are very much in the media because a high-profile YouTuber, who neither of us have heard of, but she was very famous. She got killed in London on an e-scooter, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
And the police are having a clampdown. And at the moment, if you're riding, well, let's say electric skateboard, because they're pretty common. What's the punishment for if you're caught on a road riding one of those?
It's £300 fine and 6 points on your license. Yeah.
£300 fine and 6 points for riding an electric scooter or skateboard on the road. So that's the current state of legislation. They are banned, they are illegal on British roads, as we've just said. So what are the benefits? Why should we allow these to be on roads like London? I'm in London. What benefit would there be to having these in London?
All right, I mean, to me, and I'm just talking from a personal...
And you ride them a lot, to be fair. For anyone that doesn't know, you ride them all the time. You do ride them all the time.
I do. My personal favorite is electric unicycle. One, because obviously it's one wheel. You can't get any more compact than that. So if I was just to draw from my experience and from the advantages that I've found personally, it saves me time. So
it's quicker.
It's quicker.
And that's quicker than the tube.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're talking
in most cases,
transportation system.
Yeah, it is a proper. Actually, they're probably one of the best first and last mile vehicles you're ever going to get. I'm talking about the EUC electric unicycle.
So that's quite a good point, really. So you're saying if you want to get to your train station, and that's typically the hardest bit, because that's why they have big car parks. Get these electric unicycle to the train station. Get on the train. Take it with you. Get off the train. And then take it from the train to wherever you work.
To wherever you work, or where you obviously may not be your friends or whatever.
So ultimately, it's like a pedal bicycle that you can take on the train easily with you, but you don't have to pedal.
Yeah, we don't have to pedal.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
We're having some serious camera malfunctions here, so if this video is a little disjointed, well, like I said before, I'll give you your money back if you're unhappy to whatever it costs you for this video. But case in point, we are... Where are we?
We are near Buckingham Palace.
Right, so we're currently near Buckingham Palace. During rush hour, how long would it take you to get to the Houses of Parliament on your Rideable?
So it depends on where I'm coming from. So if I was coming from my house where I'm living right now, I'm not going to tell you. It probably take me about 15 minutes to get to Buckingham Palace.
And how long would it take?
If I was to drive?
Well, forget driving, because we all know that's pretty ridiculous.
Okay.
How long would it to walk?
An hour.
An hour, right? And tube?
Probably about 45 minutes.
Right, so basically it's quicker than anything other than a pedal cycle?
Yes.
So a pedal cycle, what about pedal cycle, which is quicker? Or does that ultimately depend on who's riding?
It depends on who's riding, but if I was to ride a pedal cycle, or bicycle as we call it, I'm always going to be faster on an electric unicycle. Right. It's just more nimble.
You don't have to put as much, unless you're Chris Boardman or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, less effort is needed, therefore it should technically be quicker and easier.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You see how fast that thing's going?
That guy is a pedal cycle.
Really fast.
Assisted cycle.
And that is fast. But it's fast enough to keep up with traffic.
He's not going any slower than the cars behind him, is it?
It's not. It's actually going a little bit faster than the car behind him. So
currently,
and that's legal.
He's legal as it stands.
Yeah, and a scooter is not legal. But he's going faster than most scooters can ever go.
Right. So, and this is the disparity that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
To us, that's legal, and you on your unicycle would not be.
No.
And that is the bizarreness of it all.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I mean, even if you were to say, well, electric unicycle is it's a bit of a contraption. What about electric scooter?
I'd say they're more common.
Yeah, electric scooters
exactly. More common.
Yeah, electric scooters are a lot more common. So what is more dangerous than an electric scooter compared to that bike that we've just seen?
I would personally prefer a scooter with two wheels than a unicycle, but that's just because
But that's because you don't have any balance.
That too. But it's clearly an advantage. It's clearly easily changed for legislation.
Yes.
And it's clearly better for the environment if you're bothered about that thing. Not everyone is, but
I mean, even if you were to put the environment argument to one side, the fact of the matter is it's cost effective. I mean, renting in London is a heck of a lot of money.
How much is a reasonable electric scooter that you could commute with?
£300.
£300.
Yeah.
If
you were to, trust me, within 2 months or 3 months, you will have made your money back.
Paid for itself.
It's paid for itself.
In tube
Absolutely.
savings.
And then everything else is just free cash, more or less.
So it's the same argument that almost. EVs have to petrol cars. Eventually,
but this is
they will pay for themselves, but these are much cheaper to buy.
A lot more cheaper, and even I'll probably say up to about 100 times more efficient. Because if you look at...
They don't only power in you.
Yeah, exactly. They only power you. And the thing is, you're not taking that much space. The battery capacity is probably about 500 watt-hour battery, not 100 kilowatt-hour like a Tesla Model S.
So the argument that the battery is going to kill the Earth, which is ultimately false anyway, is kind of gone anyway because it's such a small battery.
Yes, it is.
So this could, in some ways, be a replacement for the EV once EVs take over.
Yes.
Because ultimately, even an electric vehicle, a car, is bad for congestion.
Yes.
And cities.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't matter. See, if you live where you live, yes, if you must get a car, please get an electric car. But if you're in London and there is hardly any space to even park, there's no place to park. Why do you need a car? The transportation system is good enough.
I've known millionaires, literally millionaires, who live in London who don't own a car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what? No. Why would you not have a Lamborghini? Says, well, what's the point? I can't drive it anywhere.
You can't drive it anywhere. What's the point?
Here's a question for you then, Hafiz.
What's that?
It's getting dark, as you can see. The camera probably makes it look lighter than it is. Would you use a Rideable, or do you, when it's dark?
I think it's just common sense, really. I mean, obviously,
we're fluorescent.
Yeah, exactly.
Lights? Do they have lights on them?
Well, I mean, get a light. I mean, it's literally costs about £1, £2 to just get one of those flashing lights. Just get flashing lights.
So it's basically no different from a pedal cycle.
No different.
Right. So you make yourself as visible as possible.
Yes.
So there's no real argument there.
There's no real argument there.
To not go for them. So what I'm trying to do here, because everyone the people in the comments that say, well, what about this? And so you've got to try and answer every question before the question's put to you.
Yeah.
So bad weather is ultimately the same as a pedal cycle. It's up to you. If you want to go in it, you can do it. If not,
don't.
Real adults, you know, assess
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, and night time's the same.
Yeah, the same thing. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's raining, I'm not going to be going out and, you know, on my electric unicycle because I might lose traction. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but that's I suppose that's the downside to a unicycle
Yeah.
over a two-wheeled one.
Yeah.
There's only one wheel on
There's
the
only
ground.
one wheel. Yeah.
Right, if someone wants to help out this cause, as it were,
Yes.
or basically just kick the ass
Kick the ass.
of the government,
Yeah.
or rather kick the government up the ass and
Yeah.
get them moving, because it will happen, won't it?
Yeah.
What can they do? Is it just a case of go to rideables.org, or is
Absolutely.
it worth pushing their MP? Anything like that?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I mean, we've more or less done the government's job for them. So the policy is on rideables.org.
Just needs checking.
Just check it.
But legally by the government. That's
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
okay.
Legally by the government. You know, if
Even if they don't want yours,
Yeah.
they still need to do something about
they
it.
still need to do
Yeah.
something about it. And if they can use the policy that we have on rideables.org. Now, just to be clear, rideables.org is a not-for-profit organization. So, and that
You're not
policy,
making money out of this.
Absolutely
Make this
not.
very clear.
It's-
I
it's-
have asked him to do this
yeah,
video. It's not the other way around.
Absolutely, it's a not-for-profit organization, and we've set this up because we believe that the government needs a rider's perspective on policy. We don't want them to set policies in place that will hinder, you know, the ownership, but also even the industry of rideables. That we believe that once it's been made legal, you're going to find a lot of jobs and a lot of you know, startups companies that are going to come up and start creating different types of rideables.
Yeah.
Now, the policy that we put in place is future-proof in the sense that it is going to encourage innovation.
Rideable's a rideable.
It's a rideable, it's a rideable.
It doesn't matter whether it's powered by electric,
Exactly.
hydrogen,
Exactly.
or a person.
Yeah.
It's a rideable.
It's a rideable. I mean, go to rideables.org and use the policy that we have on the website, you know, present it to your MPs, and it's there.
Yeah.
It's
Kick up a stick.
Yeah, there is no excuse. I mean, we've covered different aspects of when it comes to weight, dimensions, speed, where they can be used, where they cannot be used. It's all on there.
Yeah.
And it,
If you're worried about the noise in the background of this video, imagine what it'd be like if everyone was on a rideable.
it would be a lot quieter than this and a lot more definitely
Yeah.
cleaner than
And
this.
how many people? I mean, let's see. I'm going to spin the camera around now. There's one guy in that car there, but it's a hybrid, so we don't need to worry, apparently. You can't really see much, but ultimately there's one person
Taking up all that space.
in that car. There's one person in that car.
It's crazy, and the thing is, if you look at the amount of space that's been afforded to cars on our street compared to what's been afforded to pedestrians,
We're always
essentially-
behind, aren't we, the UK?
I don't know why. Absolutely, I don't know why. And then the second, the second part of this equation is the infrastructure. Now, the infrastructure cannot be built overnight.
No, that's cycle lanes, things like that, not charging infrastructure.
Exactly. This, the cycle lane and a path so that we can use them to actually, go from A to B.
And ultimately teaching people, like
Yeah.
cyclists,
Yeah.
that we're all in the same boat.
Everyone
everyone has to work together.
Absolutely. So I will actually rename cycle lane to, what did you say again? Alternative.
Well,
Alternative
it would be
green
easier
lane?
just say to ban a non-car lane, I guess. But
Non-car lane.
I suppose you would call it just personal transportation lane.
Yeah, personal
I mean, it
transportation.
doesn't matter what
lane.
they call it. Just say
Yeah,
cars are banned.
Yeah, the PTL, I guess.
PTL. There you go.
Yeah.
We're single-handedly saving the world.
The PTL.
PTL. Right. Well, here we are at Nelson's Column.
Yes, it is.
And we're about to go and pick my wife and daughter up from the Lyceum Theatre.
Yeah.
How long will it take us to walk?
Probably take us about 15 minutes.
And how long would it take
12
us
minutes?
to rideable it?
It'll probably take me about 5 minutes.
5 minutes,
3
right. So right now I want one of these rideables. We're just waiting outside the Lyceum Theatre to pick my wife and daughter up from the Lion King, and you'll probably notice here there's a load of, what would they be called? Like rickshaws?
Yeah,
sort?
rickshaws, yes, rickshaws.
You can see a load outside here that you can basically rent. And some of them are really cool, actually. You can basically rent them to take you around, very much like anything else.
Yeah.
They are all electrically assisted. We can hear the motors
Yes.
as we go past them, or as they go past us, rather.
But yeah.
So, what is the difference between one of those and an e-scooter?
Well,
E-scooters are legal.
yeah, apart from the fact that this has got pedals, but this though, I mean, in some cases they actually travel a lot faster.
Yeah, so speed is clearly not what the law is concerned with.
I don't know what the law is concerned about. This is a very good question you actually.
Because they can go fast.
They can go really
They just
fast.
happen to have pedals.
Yes.
So again, this is proving the point that we're already so close to allowing rideables.
Yes.
I'll use the e-scooter as the example again. It's just bonkers that they're not.
And
You need to stick pedals on your unicycle.
I
You'd be
think-
sorry.
I think I need to find.
Do they have to actually do anything to be technically classed as a pedal? It's just a no-brainer, and I come back to it again. It's so frustratingly simple, and it contradicts itself for me.
It does.
They're allowed
They go fast.
an electrically assisted pedal cycle that can operate on full electric only. That's the important key. Someone can just click electric only mode. They don't have to pedal, and they're off. That's the only difference I can see between an e-scooter and a pedal assisted one.
Pedal assisted. Yeah.
They're saying, well, obviously you're assisting someone. You're not.
Yeah.
It's not an electric motor. It's
Well,
not a
what
motor vehicle. But clearly it is.
It is, because you can, and I kid you not, I've been riding and I've seen people go past me, they must be doing like 35 to 40 miles an hour on this electrically, you know.
So again, the
pedal
law
assisted.
cares not for speed.
I think-
in terms of this, it's a case of what it does.
Yeah.
Are they wanting to promote pedal cycles above electric motor?
I think what it's probably trying to promote is the fact that they see pedaling as a way to exercise and get people.
So it's a more environmentally friendly way of even a rideable. Could you argue that?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think there is a case to be made for the fact that with a rideable use more battery. Obviously, the batteries needs to be going from somewhere.
But it allows more people to use it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not. I look it, but I'm not fit by any means.
Yeah.
I could not ride a bicycle at home for more than maybe a mile without getting off and panting. So a rideable would make it accessible.
Yes,
To
to
me
more people.
and to people that have accessibility issues, I guess.
Yeah.
So there is a purpose for them beyond
yeah.
just taking pedals away.
Yeah, and I have a few friends where unfortunately they cannot ride a bicycle for more than a mile because they have a medical condition.
Right. So there's a reason for them.
Yeah, exactly. So, pedal assisted, great. However, some people don't want to pedal or they can't even pedal.
Some people will no doubt think that we're ecological people, I won't use any other phrase than that, and say we want to help stop pollution by getting everyone a rideable. That's not the case here. This is a case of speeding up congestion. And believe me, if you've never been to London or New York or any of the big cities, you've never seen congestion, have you?
Trust me, congestion,
I mean, even there's congestion on the pavements here, there's congestion on cycle lanes here. So getting people off the roads, out of cars, would arguably make cycle lanes busier, but if no one's in cars, you can have lots more cycle lanes.
And you can have more space.
And you can have more space for more people on rideables.
Reclaim the space that the cars have taken. We've devoted
like
so
this
much.
street we're on now.
Yeah, I mean,
look at this just quickly. This is a pedestrianised cycle lane, and you can even hire them.
It's a lot more relaxed. People will interact. Whereas once you start introducing the car to the city centre, you kind of alienate people.
Well, I think it's like the keyboard warrior, of which I am very familiar with. Someone in a car can have a right go at you because they're in their nice locked metal box.
Yeah.
If you're on any rideable, bicycle or what, you're more exposed. So if you have a go at someone, they can come at you quite easily, can't you? So I think there's a security aspect of cars that people like. Again, I've mentioned this too many times to be bothered about. It's a no-brainer. So let's get this sorted.
Awesome.
So yeah, this is a nice place to end it actually.
I think it is.
We're outside the Lyceum Theatre, waiting for the missus, as I frequently am. So yes, big thank you to Afiz.
No worries.
Big thank you to myself for doing the video, even though I'm on holiday. And no, seriously, guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I'll put everything in the description. Afiz's website, Afiz's podcast, and our Twitter feeds as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.
Take care. See you soon. Bye.